Hey, what's up guys? It's me again and welcome back to my channel, Mayta What Ifs. Today I am back with a new short movie. Yes, finally a short movie after a whole damn month. And as you guessed from the title, what if Naruto became the fastest shinobi alive? It's kind of a rip-off of Flash because it's an inspiration from it, but I'm gonna try to make it Naruto-ish as much as I can without influencing too much Flash in it. So yeah, it's going to be a different kind of a story with the same concept. I hope you guys enjoy this one anyways, and do let me know what you guys think of this audio. Is this better? And if it is, then leave a like and subscribe to my channel, and do let me know in the comment section about your request ideas and about the audio. As without any further ado, let's begin with our today's short movie. Our story begins in Konoha Gakure in Sato, 6 years after the QB attack, as we go towards the playground area in Konoha, a localized civilian zone in which a play area for the kids were made, but the shinobi kids were also allowed to visit there. Amongst them was one kid that stood out the most, not because of any features or something, but because of who he was and how the village made him out to be. He was labeled as a demon in human skin, someone who was cursed since birth, someone who was a reminder of death and chaos they had seen 6 years ago. Naruto Uzumaki, who was standing covered in dirt and mud from head to toe with tears in his eyes as a shadow arrived and loomed over him. Naruto looked up only to find a familiar face. He had a frown on his face as he glared at the people who flinched and ran away. "It's alright, GT. I tried as you said, but none of them wants to be my friend." "At least I'm happy you tried, kid. How about we go and grab some bowl of ramen, Naruto?" "Really?" "Yes, it is on me." And so, now we see Naruto left with Hiruzen and arrived at the Ichiraku ramen stand and was now enjoying his miso bowl of ramen and was talking about his future. "Which of the Kages out there on the stone faces you look out the most?" "The fourth Hokage, obviously," as Hiruzen smiled. "And so did Tenoichi, the owner of the ramen stand." "Well, fourth Sama was certainly something." "You're right about that, Hokage-sama. Fourth Sama was indeed something. And he also liked my ramen too, you know." "Really? I'm already on the right track then." "You sure as hell are, sure, kid. So, why do you like him?" "I heard he was quite fast." "Really fast?" "Yes, he was said to be very fast. The fastest man Konoha had ever seen. Heck, the whole elemental nation. He even gave Raikage from Kumo, the Kage of that village, a run for his money when he was able to match the speed of the lightning armor." "Lightning armor?" "Yes, a technique that is made and derived from chakra. Fourth Sama relied on Fuinjutsu arts, another type of techniques that is mastered only by the most skilled. He used them on weapons to teleport through space and time from one place to another, earning him the moniker of the Yellow Flash." "Whoa, so you mean to say that while the fourth Sama was using the weapons and going through space and time, that Raikage, he was using pure speed. I want to become fast as well, the fastest out of all of them." "In what?" "In everything." Then you have a lot of catching up to do. I heard the academy is going to start in a few years for you." "Are you gonna join?" "Of course I am. And once I do, nobody will be able to hold me back and laugh at me. Because I, Naruto Uzumaki, have a new goal. And that is to become the fastest shinobi alive." And so from that day onwards, Naruto began his training. He was running. No matter what the weather was, he was increasing his stamina. While to the most, it was laughable. What could a 6-year-old gain within 2 years just with running? It was shinobi world, one ninjutsu technique and bam, you're finished. In a battle, speed alone wouldn't allow you to win. But Naruto, he was pouring day in and day out and night evens into this, running all around the village, joined only by one might guy And even my guy was tired at one point while running with Naruto. As Jonis at that point were shocked. What do you mean, guy? That kid? He doesn't have will of fire. Heck, he doesn't even have a fire. He's a whole damn volcano of sheer determination, and if he pushes all of his everything into that and what he's trying to achieve, you might just become that. Are you sure? I'm gonna help him. He still has a year, right? Before he goes into the academy. I heard you gained a Genin team in a few months. Yeah. But before that, I'm gonna give the tools necessary to help out that kid. Why are you doing so much for a kid, guy? Because he reminds me of someone. As one of the envoys who were standing there with silver hair stopped and looked towards Guy. Isn't that right, Kakashi? You know him as well. Yeah, he was one hell of a bitch. Son of a bitch. Yeah. I'm sure that Naruto would go far beyond. And so the next day, Naruto, while starting his run, was shocked. He was wearing Shinobi sandals, a shorts, and a sleeveless shirt. What? You want me to wear these? These are weights. You can wear these. I have bought them from 20 kg each up to 100 kgs each. For both of your ankles as well as for your wrists, your chest and back, and your shoulders. They're quite heavy, so I suggest you start with the small one. Then you can add on. And once you are able to lift all of them all at once, then I will help you. Help you with few more advanced heals that will help you increase your speed. Thank you. And so, Naruto wore 20 kg plates each and began to run. It was hard, but within a few days he was able to keep up. His muscle mass was developing and he was devouring ramen more. And not only that, Hiruzen, seeing this progress, was also adding fuel to the burning fire of Naruto's will. The elders noticed though, and they were shocked and somewhat impressed and concerned, and came to Hiruzen. You're playing with fire, Hiruzen. The boy is only focusing on running. Running alone won't help him out in the battle. I know what I'm doing. You're creating a coward who will run fast while everything else burn. No. Naruto wouldn't do that. What I'm doing right here is a proof of sheer determination and will. It is a test for Naruto, just to see if he is able to keep up with his word. So far he has shown that, as Naruto stopped right in front of the Hokage office, drenched in sweat, so much so that it was dripping fastly like it was pouring rain on his body to the ground, as steam was literally coming out of him, as Naruto took the stance of a runner, and then calmed himself, as suddenly every one of them noticed chakra pulsed and surrounded Naruto. Literal chakra pushing out of his feet as Naruto bursted through, as a gust of wind was forming around him. In a blitz, he teared through the straight street all the way to the end of the village. As Naruto arrived on the inside, the guards watched. A sonic boom appeared behind Naruto, as Naruto was panting heavily now. His sandals literally were melting. Ow, ow, ow! As he threw them out. What the hell, kid? What did you do? I just ran really fast, said Naruto, as he dropped the weights that literally sunk into the ground. Guy watching this from afar smiled. You really are ready. It's time to test your speed, Naruto. And so, he arrived in front of Hiruzen-sama, where the elders were, as they were still baffled and shocked. Hokage-sama, greetings, elder. I wish to have a spar with Naruto. What? Did that kid just break a sound barrier? Yes, I think Naruto did that. As Raiden said, and wasn't that just truthful? I wish to fight him, just to see how far he has gone. Alright? And so, a match was arranged in the evening in the empty arena, where a few of the shinobis and jonins and envoys had arrived, and some of the clansmen and even arrived the elders and Hiruzen. As Guy stood, quite a crowd, isn't it, Naruto? Yeah, you don't need to be nervous. Just focus on me. I am the one who you have to hit. Come at me with everything you got. I will increase my speed to match yours. Let's see how fast you actually run. Are you sure about this? I am a Johnny, Naruto. Never forget that. Come at me. And so, Naruto focused, and then dashed. At first it was normal fast speed, faster than even Chunin maybe. As Naruto tried to take the belt from Guy that was tied to his waist. I told you, come at me with your whole strength. And so Naruto tried to increase his speed as Guy entered the first gate. Whoa, wait, Guy, what are you doing? I'm pushing Naruto. Come on, Naruto, I'm gonna try to hit you now. Evade and try to take the belt. And so, Naruto was able to dodge Guy's punch, previous punches that he used against his own colleagues while sparring. Guy is being serious. This is insane. No, Kurenai, what is insane is that the kid is able to dodge. And that kid is barely 7 now. As everyone was impressed, even Hiruzen was. And so was the elders who had doubts. I have to say, impressed. Let's end the test. No. Go on, Naruto. Show them what you're made of. Show them your whole strength. Today is your day. And you have the stage. Show them what you're made of. Show them your resolve. As Naruto stopped, getting a few feet away. My name is Naruto Uzumaki. And I am the fastest Shinobi alive. And Naruto literally was surrounded by blue chakra. As a form of steam coming out of his body turned blue, Naruto's eyes began to glow a faint blue as well. And suddenly, literally, earth shattered underneath his feet. He was so fast that Guy entered his 7th gate state and was barely able to dodge as Naruto skated to the other side. As with the air pressure alone that was released afterwards, the whole building shook. Konoha shook, and cracks began to appear. As Naruto turned on his heel and then dashed again, this time much more faster, taking the belt away from Guy. As Guy was flung into the air and thrown to the side, slamming himself into the concrete. He was hurt a bit, but okay, as Naruto stopped. As his clothes were tattered, shoes gone, but Naruto was okay. Steam was coming out of his body, which was blue, indicating that it was chakra before it faded into normal steam. As Naruto returned back to his normal self and state. I've never seen chakra being used like this, said one of the clansmen, Hiyashi Hyuga, the leader of the Hyuga clan. He pushed chakra into his whole body, like how we pump blood and adrenaline kicks in. This is insane. As others who were there were also baffled and shocked. This 7-year-old, he was faster than the priest beast of Konoha. As Hiruzen arrived with a smirk on his face, you're faster than Guy may be, Naruto. But remember, there's still stronger people out there. Never be too proud of yourself. Always expect the unexpected. I know, Gigi. This is only the beginning. I am gonna surpass everyone. What is the end goal here, kid? Said Donzo as he arrived. When are you gonna stop? Why should I stop? As Donzo took a step back. Because in him, he saw the visage of the first, the second, and even of Minato. I see. Fine, kid. Let's show the world what you really can do. I'm willing to train him with everything I got. Because the speed, if he wishes to master it, I am gonna focus on it. You're allowed in too, Hiruzen. Just because I don't want you to whine about it. Fine. Let's do this. What do you say, Naruto? Instead of going to the academy, you train with us. Gentlemen, I believe you're forgetting something. This is special, very special treatment towards Naruto. While ignoring the others. No, we're not. Because what Naruto has done is no other Genin could have possibly achieved. That is correct, Koharu and Homura-sama, said Hiyashi. Even if our kids were able to do prodigious things, learning things fast, what Naruto has done and shown is true dedication and sheer will. He trained for 1.5 years, with weights as well. I promised you something, didn't I, Naruto? You were able to beat me, and give me a few back pain aches as well. So how about this? I'll get you those seals. Seals? Weight seals. Gravity increasing seals, which will help you train. Are you sure about this? Said Kakashi. I mean, the weights are already extreme. Maybe you can give him another set. No. If I truly wish to achieve what I speak of, I have to go through this. Everyone there was impressed with his resolve, and so it was added. As Naruto's training began, under harsh Danzo and ever watchful and careful Hiruzen. With the weight seals, and each and every month Naruto increased more and more pressure. As the time began to pass by, Naruto reached at the age of 12, when he was completing his training, and by then, he was 10x time much more using the gravity seal than any normal person should. Why? Because his muscles have hardened beyond anything. Literally, kunais might as well bounce off him. That is how hard his skin has turned. And Naruto? Special custom sandals were made for him because he was going fast, and really fast. So much so that after one run alone, even the best quality sandal and military gear all were destroyed. As Naruto now wore his orange jumpsuit, still, but much more refined and proofed with seal alongside with his sandal. So wait, let me get this straight. As he was standing in front of the Hokage currently, you want me to go to the academy now? It's the last year. What am I gonna do there? You have trained with us in secret, Naruto. We have trained you not only in speed, but also focused on your ninjutsu as well. Yeah, I guess you're right. But still, why? You need to have some allies and friends. Remember, you can only advance if you have a team, and you pass the Chunin exams, and for that you're going to need a team. And so Naruto was admitted into the Team 7. As soon as he arrived, after 1 year of living into the academy as the dead last. He was with Sasuke Uchiha and Sakura Haruno. Naruto was a quiet kid. He never tried to make much of a friends. He still haven't forgotten what happened at the age of 6. He tried, but in the end, they ended up roughhousing. The only one he had remember meeting was a girl known as Hinata Hyuga, who was quite a girl who cared glancing at him, but Naruto always caught her because he was fast. And Naruto also got out that she liked him because she would blush and whisper something into, "Why do you not care about me, Naruto?" as something along the lines. Don't get Naruto wrong, she was pretty and all, but that was kind of creepy, in a sense. But then again, who was Naruto to complain? He never had really a good friend. Maybe she could be his friend that Gigi spoke of. And so he tried to do that, but always whenever he was near her, she would end up passing out. As Naruto sighed, and in the end, he gave up altogether. And so now we see Naruto was meeting with his sensei. The three of them, Sasuke, Sakura, and Naruto, were waiting in the class, which was now empty as each and every Jonin had arrived and taken their own Genin team away. And that is when Kakashi Hatake entered, and looked towards all of them and said, "I hate all of you." As they all stared at one another and sighed. "How about this? Meet me at the rooftop within 5 minutes, and then we'll discuss." After arriving there, they saw that Naruto was already seated there, twirling the kunai onto his fingertips before even Kakashi arrived. "I see that you're here, Naruto." "Yep. Yes, I am, Kakashi-sensei." "Took you 45 seconds. You weren't counting?" "Yeah, I was," said Naruto with a smirk, and that is when we see Naruto disappeared again, and said, "Time to make it look like that I am still there and with them. Don't want to alarm them or, make them see who I am truly." Smart boy. And Naruto disappeared and arrived next to them. "Where is Naruto, baka?" "I am here, Sakura-san. Why are you yelling and calling me a baka?" "What? Since when?" "Wow, you really have no self-awareness or surrounding awareness." As Sakura blushed while Sasuke looked also confused somewhat, but agreed to that. As now we see, the three of them, as usual in canon, discussed their ideologies, and this time Naruto didn't say that he wanted to become the Hokage. He said that he wanted to become the fastest shinobi alive. Obviously, Sasuke smirked and scoffed at that, while Sakura outright bursted into laughing. Naruto rolled his eyes though, and now we see the training test came. Naruto was exempted because he called out ill, which Kakashi requested he do so because the other two had to be tested. Which they whined a lot about, but in the end they learned a lesson. A lesson that Naruto already knew. And did the D-rank missions, until the final C-rank mission arrived. And once it did, Naruto had already been drilled and trained by Danzo, was already able to see through each and every trap and was able to counter Mayuri before it even happened. Because Naruto was using his supersonic speed after erasing each and every seal to deal with each and every one of them. He was already faster than the sound itself. He was trying to reach the light speed, faster than light. But he was not able to achieve it yet. As now, we see, everything was peaceful, the whole journey was. And they even arrived at home, 1,000 ago, the whole way, and was sweating so much, but it was sighing in a sigh of relief. As in the night time, while the others rested, Kakashi arrived and Naruto was seated. "You're not resting, Naruto." "No, I wasn't." "Why?" "Because I just took care of Zabuza Momochi, who I found out from a bigger book is the Demon of the Mist, and turned him in and retrieved the prize money alongside a hunter nin, and also took care of the Demon Brothers. While taking them in, they told me about something, a person known as Kato. I've heard about him. Local tyrant. He has sucked out this place dry. Mind telling me where I can find him? Don't try to play hero, Naruto. We're here on a mission, which is completed, and now we can return. You do know this place needs help, right? And I'm telling you, we have a mission, which is complete, and we're resting now. I am resting now. You think too dangerously, Naruto. Too out of the box. It can get people killed. Hey, at least I died trying to be someone who I believed in myself to be. As Kakashi's eyes widened, because these were the same words that Minato in a joking manner had once said to him, and even Obito. Go on, Naruto. I'll give you the location. But I'm coming with, just to watch over you. If you need my help, just call. Yeah, just sit back and watch. And that is what Kakashi did. While reminiscing about Obito and Minato, he is like both of them, in a sense. Say, if only you were here to see just how far he has grown. He is something else altogether. As now we see, Naruto not only captured them, but humiliated them by shaving Garo's head completely and slapping it after making it sure it was shiny and smooth and slippery. As the next morning the village woke up to quite a surprise, Gato was tied down onto the ground, bended on his knees as his bald new head, which was shining brightly under the sun glare, was presented. As Naruto arrived and slapped at the back of his head, Gato screamed in agony and tears, but no one stopped. Each and every one of them had their fill, and after that he was arrested. All of his wealth was given back to the land of waves, and Naruto was chuckling. The only person who was able to find out about this all was Inari, because he has heard the talk and seen Naruto disappear in a blitz. You did it, didn't you? As everyone was there. What? Oh, why? I was resting, snoring and all. You saw this morning. No, it has to be here. Thank you. You really are a hero. A superhero. I have no such thing as such, but thank you, Inari. It means a lot to me if you think so. Don't being a superhero. My ass. Said Sasuke as he walked away. Don't worry about him, he's an emo. And so a celebration was ensued in the village, and Konoha returned back home with a tree. On their return, they were told about the Chunin exams, which everyone had to participate. And Team 7 obviously was going to do that because the other teams were also doing that. In the exams, Naruto was not only able to help out the team in the first and the second exam, acing them without being caught, He also ignored Orochimaru altogether by grabbing the hands of both Sasuke and Sakura, taking the scroll from another team after the test began and dashing to the other side. After checking each and every team's scroll and shutting them off at blinding speed. What just happened? Oh, nothing. You guys having a memory loss or something? It has been hours and we made it, all thanks to you, Sasuke. You and Sakura are geniuses. Oh man, I can't believe it. What? Yeah, of course. I mean, yeah. He's right, Sasuke. We are the ones who let Naruto here. Said Sasuke. It was quite awkward because he did not knew or remembered anything that had happened. Naruto seeing them chuckled. Idiots. As Naruto had been using his chakra speed that he has been able to build and adapt on his own, and was increasing. And so, the Team 7 broke the record of the Chunin exam's history of the Forest of Death part. 1 minute, 40 seconds. And that time that took for the actual test to complete was 2 seconds top. The rest was just wasted, with Naruto trying to make them glorify themselves and act like idiots. Hiruzen was impressed. The kid shouldn't be showing his talents too much, said Danzo. What? Why? If he's making it too obvious, we should be glad that the Uchiha and that girl aren't idiots. Otherwise he would have been already in trouble. Yeah, you worry too much, Danzo. Naruto is showing extreme amount of talents. I mean, he completed the test in 2 seconds flat. The only time that it took was convincing those idiots that they're the ones who did it. I guess you're right. And so, the third part, the preliminary rounds happened. And in it, Naruto was able to beat, alongside the others, many of the Ganins as in canon and arrived in the finals, which are going to be a month from now. Naruto in the whole month was given one task and one task only. Increase the hell out of his speed. While he was doing that, the Akatsuki were scouting him out because a little birdie told them that Naruto was not going to be an easy target. And they, from the 1 month of break, were able to monitor it through Orochimaru, who was fascinated because the team had broken the record in the history of the Chunin exam. So obviously it piqued his interest and found Naruto Uzumaki from the records to be the one that is quite fast, literally too fast, and has made a unique ability of his chakra, something akin to chakra armor of lightning armor of the Raikage, but this was chakra cloak. Real-time chakra release during running. So fast that it broke through sound speed. He wanted to test it, even if it is adaptable. And if it is, then Naruto is the prime candidate for his body. Not the Uchiha brat. But there was a problem. And that in itself was the Kyuubi no Yoko being imprisoned in him and him being the Jinchuriki of it. So, that is why he turned towards none other than the Akatsuki members, who after agreeing that they would attack in his attack on Konoha Crush and take Naruto. And so, after a mutual agreement, they attacked on the final day of the exams. Each and every Kage was there because they too were impressed by Team 7 and wanted to see just what Konoha has created. And now, the Akatsuki, they were a little bit scared but too much wishful and greedy, thinking that they could bag all the beaches in one night. And once that began, Naruto not only was able to beat through his opponent but was fighting his teammate's opponent as well in the finals, which was Gaara no Sabuko, a weird guy with a fetish of calling sand monsters his mom. In Naruto's head, that is. As Sasuke arrived, move aside though, and watch how an elite fights. As the fight started, Naruto slowed the time down because he was literally walking at lightning speed now. Wow, he really looks like an idiot. As Naruto stood in front of Sasuke while standing in the stadium and turned the punches away for both of them. As he went upstairs, and it literally made Sasuke look like an idiot punching the air, while so did Gaara. As Naruto fell down to his chair, laughing. Oh dear. tell Naruto to stop interrupting the match. It is the only match that is left, whispered Danzo into the ear of Hiruzen, as Hiruzen sighed. The boy is the perfect of both of his parents, and the worst as well. Adapting the habits of his mother, spanking. That is, after all, their son, Naruto. The Akatsuki were witnessing this, and even the mighty Rinnegan was barely able to catch it. Barely. Very, very barely. All I see was a flash. What? A bare flash. He arrived, changing the direction and went upstairs back, in a blink of an eye for me. If I hadn't blinked, I would have seen the whole thing, but it was like a blur. A speedy blur. Now they were getting nervous, but then the attack began as Sasuke witnessed Gaara losing control and got his legs snapped in half, crying like a little bitch. Then and there. It was only then Naruto tried to save him, when the sleeping genjutsu activated, and he found himself surrounded with the Akatsuki members, who had a leader with purple eyes with ripples in them. A voice from within talked to him. Be very careful against him. He possesses the power and the eyes of the Sage of the Sixth Path. Well, look what it is. If it isn't my tenant, how are you doing, QB? You speed junkie, at least fight them first. Oh, of course I will. And so Naruto then said, how about we have a little chat somewhere else? And so Naruto literally disappeared, grabbed the rope, tied them all up, and Chakra suppressed them all, and arrived inside the prison, throwing them in, and then arrived and did the same with a chakra wire to the whole army of the enemies. And then stopped. Stop, he yelled out. One move and I'll clench his hand, killing you all. As Naruto tightened it as everyone froze. Surrender, as Konoha's army was able to scramble and was able to handle the situation before the things could escalate. Until one of them said, Hiruzen-sama is in trouble. Naruto arrived, arriving as fast as he could, only to find himself standing in front of a dome, and his Gigi on his knees, grabbing his stomach as if he was wounded. No, Gigi, stand up! This is the end for you, Sensei. Naruto then disappeared. His eyes began to glow blue. Literal blue as chakra leaked out of his body as a form of steam. Naruto clenched his teeth and dashed so far that literally Earth itself was tearing apart and destroyed the barrier and punched Orochimaru with all his force, breaking the sound barrier 3 times as 3 loud pops were heard as cracks emerged, and he was thrown back miles away, colliding with each and every tree, boulder, anything that found him, getting each and every bone of his crushed, broken into tiny bits, and those tiny bits into further tiny bits, until nothing remained. The speed alone, and coming to a halt, Orochimaru was dead. He did not even have time to make a new body from his mouth. He was gone. The war had been stopped. The whole elemental nation and the Kages who were there were shocked. What in the hell is that kid? Said B, as A, the Raikage, the new heir to the lightning armor, then said, that right there is the strongest Shinobi of Konoha I have ever seen. You mean to say that what he did right there is pure speed and chakra? I'm impressed. Konoha has gone out of the trickery and cheap tricks like the fourth used and the second used. That is pure speed, pure skill, and pure raw talent and chakra. And after that, those who were captured were questioned, and questioned hard. Nobody was allowed to break free. Those who were from the other villages were given back so that they could be interrogated. And the Moon Eye plan was discovered. And what Inoichi walked through each and every one's of mind was able to discover that Mouse person was actually Obito Uchiha, and not only that, Zetsu was an evil being, and his whole plan was shown not only to Obito but the others and to each and every village. And they even had a Kage summit on what to do if these Otsutsuki, Kaguya, if it was real, which that we just told that it was, because Yuki, being the sensible one, spoke to B, who was on good terms with at the time. Even Shikaku very fearfully spoke of that name, and even Kyubi did, meaning that indeed Kaguya Otsutsuki was real. And then they began to make countermeasures to make sure that she never resurrects. Peace was ensued, because that is what the sage wanted. The Jinchurikis, they were treated now respectfully. Why? Because they discovered that Bijus were sentient entities created by the sage for them. Bijus were happy that they have finally made a bridge between themselves and the humanity. While Naruto, he was hailed as a hero, and one thing that he wanted to be called, the fastest shinobi alive. Pure skills and talent, nothing else and nothing less. Sasuke and Sakura, they were still out there, bitter and jealous. Sasuke had lost his legs, unrepairable. Now he was on a wheelchair, a drunk now, at the age of 18. Sakura, she gave up on Sasuke faster than politicians standing their side. And what she did? She went after Lee. But Lee rejected her. And now she was alone. And as for Naruto, he gave Hinata a chance. And turns out, both of them worked out quite well for one another. So the only friend that Naruto wanted to make, and the only girl he had met by accident and saved, was the one who turned out to be his soulmate in the end. And Naruto, he was for sure the most happiest and fastest man alive out there. And he was continuously increasing his speed, day in and night out. Hiruzen and Danzo stood proud because the legacy of Konoha and of the Fourth was secured. The bearer of the fastest man and the Yellow Flash moniker was now Naruto. Naruto freaking Uzumaki. As this is where I'm going to be leaving this story off, guys. I hope you enjoyed this one, and if you did, then make sure you leave a like and subscribe to my channel. And follow me on my Mayta Apollo channel as well. What do you guys think? Is this audio quality better? Do let me know in the comment section, because I'm trying something different with the same cheap-ass mic, and turns out it's quite good. Because to me, it sounds good. And do let me know what you guys think. As this is it for the day, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.